Jason, the sort of keep it simple bull case for FANG and FANG type stocks for so long was they were so dominant. They were almost these inevitable monopolies in their segment. The network effects just worked so well for them. And I just wonder right now if the market is just rethinking whether that dominance is now going to make them targets, obviously already is on some level with Facebook, or is this just kind of a basic shakeout, a little valuation adjustment in some of these stocks?
Yeah, so the PE for Facebook isn't that high. Kevin's correct there. But what Kevin doesn't realize is people don't want to work at Facebook anymore, and that's going to be a huge problem here for their future. And the regulations are going to start impacting their bottom line in the ad networks, and they're not going to be able to do M&A transactions the way they've done in the past with such ease, buying Instagram and WhatsApp. So Kevin's wrong about Facebook. On the Tesla front, he loves the product, as everybody who loves Tesla products does, and they can't shut up about them because they are the greatest cars on the road. Now, Elon's been a little bit late getting every car to the road. He's always a couple of months late. Model 3 has been a little bit challenging, but we always say here in Silicon Valley, it's better to be late and great than be on time and subprime. So the product, the Model 3, which I drive every day on self-driving, is extraordinary. And so Tesla's going to come roaring back. It obviously is a fully priced stock, and NVIDIA is wildly, fully priced. So Kevin's right that the PEs can get a little out of whack, and you have to look at each individual name. And if you look at NVIDIA, wow, they're going to really get their butts kicked over the next couple of months because cryptocurrency has lost 2/3 of its value, and nobody wants to buy crypto anymore, and that was a big part of NVIDIA's story. Self-driving, obviously, is going to take a little bit of a pause as we adjust and investigate some of these crashes. That's not good for them. And so NVIDIA's got some big challenges. Also, VR was going to be their big push, and nobody's buying VR goggles. Nobody cares about VR, and that's dead on arrival for the 5th time probably. So NVIDIA's in trouble for sure.
Kevin, you mentioned energy, which I don't know if it's your roots there, but is it a sector where, listen, the oil price has been going up, but is it for the right reasons, quote unquote? I mean, it started a little bit when, Trump brought John Bolton into his cabinet and, some concerns about if there's a flare-up, geopolitically speaking. So, I don't know. I mean, and if you were to put market timing aside, is this a space that you'd feel comfortable being for a long time?
I think so, because it's not about constraint of flow anymore. The Saudis want to work with the Russians, but none of that stuff is mattering. It's actual use, and demand is increasing slowly as GDP growth continues in the Asian markets at north of 5%. And even though we are producing a ton of oil now, it's still not satisfying demand on a global basis. So my premise is, and I'm going to bet with my dollars, which is always you're putting money in harm's way, but I'm putting it into balance sheets. They're producing a lot of cash right now with the price of oil where it is and paying me dividends north of 4%. I think I'm okay to wait there. And I want to fight back a little bit on Facebook management and the quality of people. I do a lot of work with Facebook across all my portfolio companies. They're the best managed company in social media. They're miles ahead of everybody else. Nobody's running out the door. This is just a bunch of hype.
Incorrect.
There's no
last word,
incorrect.
Jason.
People don't want to go work there now. You don't want to go to work, especially liberal tech people do not want to go to work for a place where Peter Thiel's on the board and Palantir and Cambridge Analytica are all involved in some sort of grand conspiracy to put Trump in. It's very ugly for Facebook, and young people are not going to want to go work.
What does Trump have to do with Facebook? Where are you going with that?
A lot.
What does Trump have to do with Facebook?
A lot, because what happened was they took these profiles and they targeted people in swing states with ads that were racist and that were sexist and that were anti-Hillary. And
that's
you can be
just
sure
ridiculous.
that people here in California on the coasts do not want to work for a company that they feel is going to swing the country in this very negative,
Jason,
divisive
just to be clear, you're saying people think Facebook is too right-wing? Jason, you're saying people in the Valley think Facebook is right-wing?
No. It's not right-wing. They're all pro-Hillary. They were all donating to Hillary. The problem is the company
what does politics have to do with this? Who cares, Hillary
I'll tell you what it has to do with it. Let me explain to you, Kevin. When you go to a party in Silicon Valley and you say, I work for Facebook, you know what they tell you? Everybody looks and goes, I'm sorry you work at Facebook. What a terrible place to work. People don't want to work at that company. That's the truth.
By the way, even if that's true, Jason, one point which I think Strategas makes well is you can compare Facebook, I know they're not going to like this, to an Altria, okay? After the regulatory hammer came down, on the cigarette space, and look how well those investments did, including under administrations like the Obama administration, which you'd think would be unfriendly to them.
Thank you for making my point. Who wants to go work for a cigarette company? You want to work for a cigarette company? No.
Look at the returns.
If Facebook gets regulated, the barriers to entry are so high that there will be no competition. That would be the worst thing to do. No one can afford the compliance, and that will actually make Facebook even a stronger company.
Yeah.
In that case, Kevin's right. They will make Facebook stronger because there'll be no other options. So in the short term, Facebook's going to go down. In the long term, it's going to go up.
Wow, look at this. From Facebook to Tesla, to NVDA, to Trump, to Hillary, to liberals, to Philip Morris. My goodness. Okay, you can go crazy watching stuff like this. Okay, I find this quite entertaining. But how do you make sense out of all these noise that these guys are talking about? Look, the reality is this. If you listen, you got to listen in between the lines, and you got to make your own opinion of things. So how do you create your own opinion on the market? You got to understand where to look for. Just like we knew where to look for a few days before NVIDIA actually tanked today. So of course they're talking about all the negatives on the NVIDIA today after it drops from 248 in the morning all the way to 219 and closed around 225 range. The question is, how did we know to short it when it was trading at 246 to 248 range, and then I actually went and recorded a live video when it was still trading around 240, 241, suggesting of a profitable trade? Well, there is certain patterns, there is certain charts, there is certain behaviors, there is certain in-between-the-line stuff that I have discovered over the last 12 years of trading that works. If you're curious to know when to pull the trigger on some of these trades, how to trade stocks, how to short stocks, how to trade put options, call options, whatever you're interested. If you're interested in making money trading, if you're interested in developing a long-term trading strategy, the market environment is absolutely wonderful right now because nobody knows what's going on. And you can take opportunities like that and turn them to your advantage if you know what to look for. So if you're curious how you can turn 2018 to your total advantage in this total market chaos, schedule your consultation at marketcrash.money by clicking this green button right here. Take action now because the markets do fall much faster than they go up, and the opportunity to profit on the short side, the opportunity to profit on the market fall is here right now. I do not want you to miss it. I do want you to have a solid strategy in place to take advantage of current market conditions. Just remember this, the crash of 1987 did not take over the course of the year. It took a course over just a few days, with Monday being the day where the markets have fallen 22.7%. The crash of 1929, same thing. The markets did not take for a few years to fall. The majority of the fall has occurred in a very short amount of time. The crash of 1962, same thing. And you can go, and I can give you historic examples. So the point is, take action now. Make 2018 your most profitable year ever. Please review the videos I have been posting, especially in the last 48 hours, because they give specific reasons why the market was going to turn around today, why it was going to hesitate going higher today, why we were expecting the trend reversal opportunity. Please take your time and try to understand what's going on in the markets better so you can be a better trader, so you can be a better investor. Thanks for tuning in and listening. I'll catch you on the next video.